Here's what I love about math, is that we have a statement up at the top, some assumptions. And then we have a conclusion at the bottom. And I can make statements one at a time. And you can't disagree with the first one. So then I make a second one that you can't disagree with. And I make a third one that you can't disagree with. Because each one of these statements is precise and rigorous. And then I can get you to conclude the exact same thing that I concluded. Unambiguously. This principle of argumentation in math, you'll see me use in the daily all the time. Because one thing I hate, here's what I fucking hate so much. My brother fucking hate it. I try not to like pack a lot of the F word next to itself in the daily. I'll drop one every now and again. But I fucking hate when I'm watching two people on the internet, or even two people in real life, happens equally frequently in both, in an argument about a topic, and they're both trying to win. They're trying to win it. They're trying to be right. They feel like they are on opposing sides, and that it's not about the truth or uncovering that. It's about who is the victor. Fuck that. What a childish little stupid way to just, I'm insecure and I can't ever run the risk of a thought that popped into my head being inaccurate. Oh, I better try to win. So this is when we hear argumentation techniques pop up really frequently, and people steal them a lot from conflict in fiction. Where, here's an example. Some person says, dude, I saw this 3 barracks play versus Protoss that worked really, really well. You do an early attack and it's really good. And some guy's like, dude, that doesn't work when you get to higher leagues. I mean, sure, it might work in your low-level shit games, but once you get higher up, it won't work. Already you'll notice that there's no substance to that statement. It's just like, well, people have differences, so nope, right? There's no value in that. And then the other guy says, well, excuse me, it's not like you're on your way to Grandmaster either. I mean, how am I supposed to believe what you're saying? The other guy's like, excuse me, I've watched so much of this and that, and you're probably just because it won a couple of games doesn't mean this. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Both of you are idiots, man. Like, here's a real statement where someone comes up and says, hey, I'm trying this new 3 barracks play. The other person says, well, I don't think that'll work at higher levels because I have seen pros have X amount of units by 9 minutes. And if your attack is striking at 9 minutes, he's going to have a photon overcharge, 2 sentries, and generally a stalker or 2. So I don't think that'll work. And the other guy says, well, actually, with this build order I'm using, I will arrive with 19 Marines and 3 Marauders if I do it right, which can not only kill that set of units, but also kill the Nexus. And now the other guy is going to go, well, what about if he goes for lots of gateways instead of just one gateway? So you see, they're both digging together, and suddenly this one guy who said, no, that won't work, gets presented with a rigorous, precise statement that is inarguable. And now they're collaborators together. They're working together to uncover the truth. And they might conclude something like, oh, so if I can identify that my opponent is going for a robo and then no more extra gateways, I can actually go concussive shell and then a whole bunch of Marines, and then I can win with that. But if I see him building gateways, I got to stay back and defend. Like, oh, now we've done a thing. And it's not about, well, X equals this and X equals that. You can do it with easy qualitative things too. Like, let's say we're talking about, should we be drilling in a national park for oil? And you can say, well, so tell me if you agree with this statement. What helps the most number of people is inherently better than something that doesn't help. Or that helps fewer people in a larger way. We want to spread out the goodness. And the other person can say, okay, I'll buy that. Or he can say, well, I don't agree with that statement because of this. So you kind of have a clear thing like, well, first let's debate this statement. And then if I can get you to agree with this, then okay, maybe I can step down to this statement and we can work on that. People in arguments should be collaborators, working together, not petty little babies. Well, I can't wait to see you get on the ladder and lose with that. It's like, why can't you wait? What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm just chatting about strategy, and you're trying to be like, oh, what are we talking about, strategy here? Time to be right. Time to rock some bitches. Like, what the fuck? Like, it actually, like, genuinely, every time I hop into comments sections, I'm just like, everybody is insane. Everybody in the whole world is insane. It's so stupid. Do you know what's a really good recipe? Is this chicken enchilada I made where I threw in a lot of bell peppers and weirdly a lot of coriander made it taste great. Guy hears that and it's like, time to fucking be right. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's a flavor. It's a sensation. It's neurons shooting electricity to my brain in a way that creates pleasure. There's no right or wrong. That's just what it is. You like that music? Pfft, that's so stupid. It's just vibrations in my ears that feel good. It's insane. It's just insane. Let me tell you right now, if you are trying to be right in almost any walk of life, you're being an idiot. You're being a huge idiot. You're making an ass out of yourself every time you try to do it. Every single time. Well, I think I'm right. Well, why don't you listen to the other person? And just listen.